Okay. Now watch this. I'm gonna do a magic trick. I'm practicing this thing for tomorrow. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to make sure it looks good on camera too. What am I doing? It's super late at night. Okay, watch this. So I'm gonna be showing this thing because my dollar bills, like I got some dollar bills from the machine today, and actually these ones are pretty cool because the way they just kind of like weird stuff happens with them. Like this was exciting. It's not just 20. It's 20 and 25. Hello, welcome to the Late Marketing Show, which is late and might be about marketing. I'm Ed Oyama, and I just wanted to share today. Today went super late, but it was good. I have a teammate. I've got two teammates actually working on that Mike Tyson thing. If I shared about it last night on the last episode, I get to be part of a team that's doing branding and a sales page for the one and only Mike Tyson. So that's pretty hype. That's pretty exciting. But yeah, working with a very international team and having three small children in the house and also doing some other projects that this team is not a part of and some other exciting stuff that I'll be sharing with you in the next nights. But yeah, it leads to some bizarre schedule things. And right now it's kind of a crunch week because our teammate is doing sales presentations for our next projects. And he's just such a boss at that. And it's just a pleasure to work with him. Shout outs to Chris Holloway. And yeah. It was, he's going to be doing that. I'll introduce you to the team at some point on this show, but we are working on something so cool that involves funnels, but I feel like we're going beyond. And some of you don't even know what a funnel is, but I will. Future episodes. I'm here every night. I'm really going to try to be doing this every night. But basically, I'm talking about late night routines, end of the day routines. How do you close the day, especially when your schedule's a little bit crazy? Because it's totally crazy. I got three kids. For the rest of my team, I'm in the States. It's past midnight right now. I've got a teammate. He's in Europe. It's morning right now for him. And for the other teammate, it's late afternoon. Isn't that crazy? The internet. But how do you close up your day well and not just like roll into bed and do this? Like I was just thinking about it because I'm like, oh, after I do this, I brush my teeth, pray a little bit, think about the day, think about what I'm thankful for. Thank God it was a great day. And what I thought about is there is a little routine that I am coming back to because there's a lot of moving parts with three small kids, a lot of different projects on the table and responsibilities of all sorts. Plus, we want to be active with our family, summer school. The kids are doing, what is it now? Karate. And we have friends coming into town. Some friends from Kyrgyzstan came to town today. That was awesome. And some friends from NorCal are coming later this week. So that's exciting too. But how do you wrap up the day? What's your routine? And if you're watching this live, it'd be awesome. Just comment live. If you're watching this later, comment replay. What is up? Tell me what you're doing, where you're coming from. But yeah, with all of this going on, it's good to have a nice routine to wrap up the day. And besides what I just said, one little extra thing with all the moving parts that helps, because it can be really stressful, I'm often worried, am I going to drop the ball tomorrow? And I have dropped the ball a few times in the last weeks, actually. And I think two lessons from that. One is that it's actually okay to drop the ball in almost every case. It's usually not fatal. It's uncomfortable, right? It's not pleasant, but it's not like the end of the world in most cases. There are some things that could be the end of the world, but Dropping the ball, it can be very bad. It can be very, very bad, but it's usually like we live, we learn. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, kind of thing. On the other side of things, what was I going with this? It's not just that. Um, like, there are things we can do to not stress out about it. We shouldn't be stressing out about not dropping ball, but there are simple things we can do that help us to not drop the ball. And it doesn't have to be crazy complicated. In fact, for me, the more complicated I make it, often the more I freak out about what's coming. So there's two tools that I really use. One of them is, just a calendar. I try not to go crazy with my calendars. I'll just show you my calendar for a moment because it is nice to kind of take a quick look at the calendar at the end of the day. And so here's my calendar, tiny. I can make it a little bigger. But yeah, I just got color coded and don't need you to see the details that much. But it's like, I got big blocks. Friday, I've totally blocked off because I'm hoping to do a project day where I sit down with a client and we work all day and bang out a website in one day. It's going to be awesome if it works out. And I'm really rooting for it, pulling for it. But besides that, I got index cards. So that's one tool. The other tool is an index card. And so what I've got is on this index card, I write the two most important things that don't quite fit on the calendar. And I should be better at putting things on the calendar, honestly, just to be real. That's something I feel like I'm learning this season. But on the other side of things too, there's some things that are always a little bit more fluid. I'm not even sure always what the first step is, but the funny thing is writing it down often reminds me what the first step is. So I wrote down task 1, call clients. I actually just wrote their names, but I could just say call E and C and J and K. And it's so awkwardly worded because I remembered, oh yeah, and then there's that call, and then there's that call, and then there's that call. But I just wrote down call, basically clients who need communication. And then under it, I wrote the first step for each client that I'm working with. So with E, the next step is to schedule a call and write a quote. With C, the next step is to talk the next steps and to build a shot page. And that's got a neat tool for that I'm pretty hyped to try out tomorrow. With client J, it's to finalize the last 4 pages and wrap up that project. And with client and talk about it, we need to have a conversation about it. And client K, I need to invoice, and they said they had something exciting for me to update on their webpage. So I'm like, okay, cool. So 4 clients. And then the last thing is actually that goofy little thing with that chick with the bill and the coin. That is actually part of my elevator pitch tomorrow. Actually, that's not exactly what it is. I have a better story, and I think my story is going to be some web designers. It's like some web designers, when you give them $1, which doesn't work with this because it's actually 20. When you give them $1, they give you, I don't know, they give you just a website. But the thing is, when I build you a website, you get that dollar back and you get change. Or you get profit. I'm like, maybe I should make a stack of coins appear. I'm thinking about what's the ways to do that. But anyway, the second task on this card is work on that elevator pitch, make it look cool. And yo, what is up, Iken? It's always good to see you on the stream. And yeah, but in any case, just 2 things. I mean, there's other stuff that needs to be done. And I try, get that on the calendar and all that. But besides that, the most important things that maybe I couldn't, and it's always a question, should I have forced it onto the calendar? But in any case, I don't want to overthink calendar. I want to actually get stuff done. So this is a nice, simple way. And I just leave this right here on my laptop right under the screen so I can remember what on earth I need to do tomorrow. So that's that. That's the main thing. Just a little simple routine to wrap up the day. It helps me hit the ground running tomorrow and kind of what's the saying? I tie a bow on today and say it's done. That's it. It's a wrap. It's over. And that's the neat thing that's going on. So that's tonight's episode of the Super Simple Marketing Show. Yo, Mel, what is up? Thank you. You're too kind. But yeah, if you want to not miss out on future episodes, be sure to visit that link, tinyurl.com/SSM group. That'll put you in my Facebook group where we talk all things marketing. And I talk a lot of digital, but honestly, I've got this thing coming up that I'm going to share with you later this week. It's physical. It is the coolest thing ever. I am so hyped for it. And I'm so excited to be a part of it. I'm part of someone else's team on that. And I haven't even typed up the banner telling you about that yet. As always, Ed Oyama, the web designer who does magic. Watch me do some Google magic, funnel magic, sales magic with your web pages. But in all seriousness, yeah, it's good to have routines. Tell me about your end of the workday routines in the comments. I'd love to hear what works for you, and we can learn from each other. And that's it for tonight. Last night was so exciting. I went for 20 minutes. I'm keeping it to 12 tonight because it's late and I should be resting more. And so should you. So thank you. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.